Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to my channel. I am Kat, the Nurse Flipper.
I'm chewing on gum.
That is Dalton chewing on gum. And I had planned on doing a video about Christmas brooches, but I searched over 1,000 listings and wasn't really finding any because people put for the occasion of Christmas that brooches could be gifted. So there is a big storm coming here in Florida. I wanted to get the video done before that comes. So I kind of switched gears a little bit. If you know me, I'm all about pivoting. And we're going to look at the top 20 selling Christmas ornaments. They're going to start at 600 and go up over thousands. If you like the Christmas ornaments and you want me to continue those, I can do under $600 next week if you like. With Christmas coming, I thought it'd be a good thing as we are all pulling out our ornaments, and you might have some that are worth a lot more than you think. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top 20 selling Christmas ornaments. All right, so up first is a new inbox, Steuben, which is a name we are familiar with. If you're not, learn the Steuben name. It definitely is a valuable piece or name to know. This is a spiral candy cane icicle ornament, limited edition, red and white. They did put gift. And here we will scroll through the pictures. They did show it on a Christmas tree. Beautiful, beautiful piece. You can see they do have the Steuben bag as well as the book. And this was a great sale, $600. Steuben is out there. Typically all Steuben does have a small S inscribed on it. I don't see it pointed out in this one, but something to look for sure. And a great, great name to know. Up next, this is something I really was not familiar. There was high dollar stuff, and that is Christmas garland. So this one I am showing you is a J. Strongwater Christmas garland. There is also Christopher Radko Christmas garland that is worth this much as well. So this one was an auction, but they did start it at $695. It only got one bid. And I will scroll through here. Look at the beautiful Swarovski crystals on this J. Strongwater garland. And you can see here the J. Strongwater name is attached to it. And they also had two gorgeous peacock ornaments with it as well. And that was a great sale at almost $700. You might hear the rain on the roof of the shed, which is where I'm recording. We are at the beginning of the storm, so hopefully we can get this finished and still have some signal. This next one is a rare antique German glass. German vintage ornaments are definitely hot. They're definitely valuable. This is a clip-on Santa riding a horse. It was an auction, got 14 bids. It sold for $733. Watch for clip-on birds as well. They're not this valuable, but they do sell fast, and they do sell for decent money. So let's take a look here. This Santa got 14 bids. It was a 7-day auction. There were 9 bidders, and it was started at $10. So from $10 all the way up to $733. Watch for vintage German Christmas ornaments. You're going to see some different ones as we go along, but definitely those clip-on ones are something to keep an eye out for. This next one is not a name I was familiar with. This one is Victor Chiarezza. I know I'm butchering that. This is a blown glass pink dinosaur Christmas ornament. Sold for a best offer on $799. You can see on the card there, it does say Victor. And here is that ornament. Really cool. I've actually never seen a dinosaur blown glass one. And here on the back, you can see it does talk about the designer. He is from Sag Harbor, New York. And that was a great sale, coming in close to $800. This next one is one I feel a lot of us might overlook because it's just a small sterling Snoopy, but it is a vintage 1958 sterling Snoopy Christmas tree ornament, sold for a best offer on $1,000. I'll scroll through here. You can see now how they know is here on the bottom of the Snoopy. It does say 1958 United Feature Syndicate sterling. Great sale, almost $1,000 for a teeny tiny Snoopy. Another J. Strongwater, and I tried not to put a ton of any one name in here because I wanted to get you guys some different names. This is a J. Strongwater Christmas Goose with the golden egg. Beautiful, beautiful ornament. This one was an auction, got 39 bids and sold for $1,100. I do want to zoom through here, and J. Strongwater does use Swarovski crystals on his pieces, and this is a beautiful enamel ornament. Sold for $1,100. We'll go ahead and take a look at the bids here. It was a 7-day auction. There were 5 different bidders with 39 bids, and this one was started at $50. So it went from $50 all the way up to $1,100. Keep an eye out for J. Strongwater. Typically, it does have that little J. Strongwater tag, or it is on the item itself, and that one was a great sale. This ornament is actually one that I have sold. This is a Tiffany & Co. Santa Claus Christmas ornament, sterling silver. It is from 1993. It did have the box. Mine sold for $800 about 2 years ago. So it does look like the value has increased. And mine I found on a high bid auction. So if you're not sourcing online estate auctions, I definitely recommend you start doing that. Here you can see this is not a big ornament. It is pretty small little sterling silver Santa. They are out there. They are rare. I think mine was the first one that had been sold in several years. Here on the bottom, you can see the Tiffany & Co. sterling and 1993. Great sale on a best offer. Buy it now for $1,295. I had to put this one in because I thought this was the coolest thing ever. This is by White Christmas Studio, and it is a vintage ornament kitsch wreath, Christmas holiday wreath. It does say Rudolph and Misfit. So they actually make these wreaths out of vintage stuff. How cool is that? Look at all the little vintage pieces. This one in particular sold for $1,350. How amazing is that for a handmade upcycled wreath? I got 34 bids. I did see several other of their wreaths in about the $600 to $700 range. Really cool. So if you're crafty and you have some vintage stuff, maybe give yourself a go at this. So let's take a look. It got 34 bids. It was a 7-day auction. There were 6 different bidders, and the bidding started at $325. So from $325, it went up over $1,000 on a upcycled wreath with vintage stuff. How cool is that? This next one is a Bucellati sterling silver Christmas ornament, Old World Santa. You can see it does still have the box, the paperwork. It was number 399 of 500. And this one sold for a best offer on $1,500. So Bucellati is another high-end name, mostly sterling pieces. Keep an eye out for these. This was a great sale at almost $1,500. Here is another name I was not familiar with. This is by Heartfully Yours. It is Polish glass. This one's another one that sold for a best offer on $1,500. Super cool spiral there with that cobalt blue glass holder. It does say handmade in Poland. I do want to zoom in here. It is a limited edition, 24 of 100, and almost $1,500. You can see they do have a website, Heartfully Yours. Really, really cool. Here is the artist. And this is the new line by Christopher Radko. So watch for Heartfully Yours. I have heard about it, but this is the first one I've actually seen sold. So this is a Christopher Radko. This is his new collection, and great sale at almost $1,500. This next one is really cool. This is another clip-on, actually. This is a rare antique German cat head. It is a clip-on candle holder. They didn't even put clip-on in the title, but I do see the clip there. And it does say it's in excellent condition. This one was an auction, got 14 bids, and sold for $1,603. So you can see here, this is pretty thin glass. There is that clip-on. Definitely something to look at and remember what that looks for. Let's take a look. We got 14 bids. It was a 7-day auction, and this one started at $299. So it went up by over $1,300. Keep an eye out for those vintage clip-on Germany ornaments. So it has been about a year since I have done this video, and this exact ornament was in the top last year, and it remains there. This is a first issue 1996 John Deere pewter Christmas ornament. This is not something that you typically would think would sell for this much, but it does over and over again. This one was a Canadian seller, but it sold in US dollars for $1,730. And this is the first year in 1996. It does say the Model D, longest produced John Deere tractor. You can see they do have the velvet bag. This is just a pewter ornament. It is not sterling. Let's take a look. It got 30 bids. It was a 10-day auction. And this one was started at Canadian $500 and ended up Canadian at $2,350. So $1,800 up on this ornament. And actually the next one I'm going to show you is an auction for 2 of them. So let's go ahead and take a look, and just to show you another sale that shows that this is not a freak mishap. So here is one that sold for $1,800, and the crazy thing is that last one sold for that for 1. So personally, I probably would have split these up. So it sold for $1,800 on the 2. There is that same 1996 ornament, but they also have the 1997. Still though, these again are something I don't think most people would realize are worth as much as they are. And this is the stuff that you really want to find if you're a reseller, or to know if you're a collector, if you have in your collection that they are as valuable as they are, and an excellent, excellent sale. Up next is another J. Strongwater. I just cannot help myself but to show you a few of these that look different. This is a J. Strongwater jeweled peacock. It was an auction, got 18 bids. It sold for $1,975. Here you can see this beautiful, beautiful peacock, absolutely gorgeous. There is that J. Strongwater tag I was telling you is on most of them. And there is the peacock tail, and an absolutely great, great sale. It got 18 bids. Let's take a look at where this started. It was a 7-day auction with 5 different bidders. And it was started at $399, went up over $1,500 to $1,975. Watch for J. Strongwater. Next, we have another Christopher Radko. This one is under his old brand. So Christopher Radko sold his brand with his name and is now collecting under that Heartfully Yours that we saw just a little bit ago. But this is from his first line with the Christopher Radko. This is a Fruits of Neptune ornament. This one sold for $2,175 with 14 bids. We will click through here and look. This is a really, really cool like shape on this. And here you can see the Christopher Radko tag. Really, really great sale on this. And it did get 14 bids. Let's take a look. This was a 7-day auction. And this one was started at $199.49 and ended up, look at this crazy jump here from $787 up to $2,000. And then there were still 2 other bidders. So this one sold for $21.75. Next is this Swarovski star. I actually have a few of these in my eBay store, not this year. I wish I had this year. Mine are a little bit newer. If you do not know, the early 90s for Swarovski, snowflakes, are worth a lot, as you can see here. This single one sold for $2,499. These are out there. I found my first ones at a garage sale for $20 a piece. I did not have the early years, unfortunately, but I made a lot of money. So here you can see this gorgeous star snowflake. And these typically, this one, it says it here on the star. You can see that 1991. Most of the newer ones have a little hang tag that says the year, but this is the first edition and a great sale at almost $2,500. Next is another Steuben. This is a really, really cool piece. I've also found Steuben out in the wild. I found Steuben at a pawn shop. And this one is a glass partridge in a pear tree, 18 karat gold. This one sold for a best offer on $26.95. Look at how cool this piece is. This is a really, really neat Steuben piece. And here you can see the Steuben signed on the bottom of it. And they do show this one did have a small scratch. There's a Steuben box, and they do show all angles of that. You want to make sure that you do that. And most of the Steuben I found actually just has that one single S on it. So keep an eye out for Steuben glass because it can be great. And it's actually crystal. I do want to correct myself. It is all crystal, but great, great sellers and worth quite a bit of money. And this one sold for almost $2,700. And now we are up to the top 3 selling ornaments on eBay in the last 90 days. This is cool, and there are a lot of them, and I think I'm going to show you this one as well as one other just to give you a couple of looks. But this is an antique German Dresden. This one is a Nautilus shell. It is a little candy container or bag, and you can see the bag coming out of the shell. This one was an auction, got 24 bids, and sold for $3,238. They are showing all of the different ones they acquired. I would bet money these are from the same estate. And this is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous collection here. So for this single Nautilus shell, let's take a look. They got 24 bids. It was a 7-day auction, and they did do a private listing. And that is something as a seller you can do. This one started at $9.99, $10. And it went up to $3,238. Remember what this thing looks like. Again, I'm going to show you another one here next, but watch out for these German ones. They are worth a lot. The second of the antique German candy bags is this little rooster head. And you can see the bag down there at the bottom with the string. This one is a silk candy container. And I will scroll through here and show you. Tell me if you saw this. And again, there's some more of that collection this seller has. There's no way I would have thought, oh, that thing's going to sell for almost $4,000. No way. Now I might know, but no way. So this was an auction, got 20 bids. Let's go ahead and see. This was also a 7-day auction. They did do private. And this one started at $10 as well and ended up at $3,806. Know these, guys. Look for these. I hope you find one. I hope I find one. And let's go ahead and take a look at the top selling Christmas ornament in the last 90 days. This is the highest selling. Rare antique German Dresden paper sulky horse and jockey driver Christmas ornament. This one got 25 bids and sold for $4,050. Look at how cool this is. There was another horse with a jockey that sold on my last video that sold very high as well. So watch for horse and jockey ornaments. This one is a really, really neat piece. And it sold for $4,050. This is the same seller, by the way. The top 3 ornaments were all the same seller. So this one, they started at $10 as well. It ended up at $4,050. So learn about those German Dresden ornaments and keep an eye out for them. All right, that is everything. I hear the rain pounding down on the shed. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I did a little pop-up sale and whatnot before this. I am not really scheduling them out anymore. I'm just going to do it when I feel like it, and I felt like doing one earlier. I just opened a box of jewelry. So we sold some sterling, some vintage Native American pieces, and turquoise. We sold fun stuff. So follow me on Whatnot, turn the notifications on, because I don't think I'm going to be scheduling them for a little while. I'm just going to be doing them when I feel like it. And you can use my link, get $15 for free. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you are in the path of these crazy storms that are cutting across the US, please, please be safe. I appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to tune in on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We do our live podcast. You can come in and ask questions and hang out with other resellers, and we would love to see you there. So I will see you guys on the next one, and I hope it's been a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye for now.
Bye.
Alton says bye. Don't put a thumbs down.
Thumbs down or thumbs up.
Hit the like, guys. Bye.